Hi, welcome back to another video. I just thought I'd do a quick overview of the wheel speed LD3 from the last meeting at 1066. I put the video out yesterday from that, my little vlog. Hope you enjoyed that one, and made a couple of changes just now while I had it in the office to get it ready for the next meeting. So I'll give you a walk through the setup front to back, and again thanks to Craig Harris for all his help with the setup. Right, excuse the tyres, these are the ones from the last meeting, so they're pretty blown out. But we'll start at the front. So let's just get in focus. There we are. Right, so we've got the hub pushed all the way up at the front. We've got the A in link position there, 4mm under there. Then we've got the 0.9mm roll bar, and then the shock package on the front is a 600 centre stoke oil. We've got the machine 2-hole red pistons in front and rear. Size wise, we've got 2-hole 1.7 in the front and 2-hole 1.9 in the rear, and then like I say, running 600 centre stoke oil with the high response orange spring, which is, you'll see that just there. So that's that. Shock position wise, we're on the outer hull on the arm and middle on the tower, so that's basically the front end covered off. So as we move back, we've got the alloy steering rack, that's in the upper position, the link. Then we've got 2mm under there. For the Ackerman, I preferred that. I did have 1mm on it, preferred it with the 2mm as the tyres wore. I thought that helped a bit. Then we move back, we've got the brass radio tray pushed all the way forward. No under lipo weight. Then we've got the battery position, as you can see there, so 1 hole from all the way forward. And we're running the wheel speed 5-gear transmission, which really helps the car, makes it accelerate nicely out the turns, corners flatter, and gives the car more corner speed, I've found, as have others as well. Running the peak idler gears in that, so that's nice and smooth. Then onto the rear shocks, we're running the black high response springs, 450 centre stoke oil. Shock position wise, we're middle on the arm and then middle on the tower, and like I mentioned just a minute ago, got the 2-hole 1.9 red machine pistons in there as well. So that's the shock part done. Then we'll come round to the rear of the car like so, and then wheelbase wise, we're running 1 quick clip behind the hub here and then 2 here. You can, if you're finding the car's rotating a bit fast, as a quick change, you can go to full long wheelbase. That slows the rotation down a touch, which I played with at the last meeting on Sunday. Then onto the rear link, we've got 4mm on the outer, and we're middle on the 3-row hole there, facing forward. And then on this one here, on the inner, you can just see let me just zoom in a sec, we'll get focus, there we are. You can see we're on the innermost hole, there's the outer hole there, and then we've got 6mm under that one. So that's that. I did have a 1.3mm roll bar on the back. I've just changed it to a 1.4 to give it a bit more support in the corners, as it was dumping slightly when I was accelerating out the turn. And one other change that we've made is I was running low roll centre, so I had no shim under the C block. I'll put the shim back in a moment ago, and then also put the going to run 2 degrees of anti-squat as well, so we're going to give that a try. I did have 1 degree in there as well, so hopefully that will help. I'm a bit aggressive on the throttle out the turn, so hopefully that will get the car squatting a bit less and driving a bit sort of flatter out the turn. So Craig Harris, the setup guru, sort of spotted that on the vid, and we're going to make that change for next time. He did say do one then the other, but I've just gone all out and done both of them at the same time. But again, we can tweak it at the track, and it's a very easy change just to take that shim out and put the 1 degree one, which is just this one here. So I think that's pretty much it. So oh yeah, one other thing I did want to talk about was the diff. This was the biggest change that we made to the car. So did some research, looked at Jessica Powson's diff building video, and also spoke to Craig about this. And basically the issue I had with the car last time was one of the thin shims that goes behind the gear here in the diff had basically bent and coned and was binding the diff up, so that was why the car was handling quite strange on its last outing. So I've torn the diff apart. Like I say, watched Jessica's video, spoke to Craig, and this is how I've shimmed it up for now. So no shim on the out drive. on the external part. So just put your outdrive into the diff case with the O-ring. Obviously re-grease the O-ring while you've got it apart, or put a new one in. They're pretty cheap, so just do that. I'm running the plastic diff case at the moment. I will try an alloy one further down the line, I'm sure. And this is basically how I shimmed it. So I had the 2 thinner shims, then the thicker shim, and then the pin behind that. I think it's a good idea putting the thick shim on the outside, just to, again, to stop that coning of the shims when the diff's running. On the actual bevel gears itself, I've got the thick shim behind those as per the kit manual. They again obviously replicate those shimming on the right hand side of the diff as well. And then I'm running 100k diff oil with the 2 planetary gears in the diff. And one thing Craig reminded me to do was to warm up the diff ahead of going out with quite a thick diff oil in there. You want to warm the diff up, so just you know, sort of quarter throttle, just to warm the diff up for sort of 30 seconds before you go out, so the car remains consistent during the run. So that's you know, one huge help on the diff, and it made a huge difference to the way the car ran. So there we are. So that's just a quick walk through the car. We'll be out again in 2 weeks' time on the carpet again at Hastings, so looking forward to that. And hopefully the car will make another step forward, including me as a driver. Got a few things to sort out as well. And hopefully we'll get in the back of that elusive A final, but we'll do our best anyway. But the car was really good Sunday, and again, thanks to Craig for all his help. Anyway, hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll catch you all next time.